Welcome back to Limitless Inner Wisdom with Brightnie, Wylie. Have you ever felt like your creativity was stifled, buried beneath the weight of responsibilities, expectations, or self-doubt? Can you remember a time when creativity came effortlessly, when play felt natural, and ideas flowed without force? Today we're diving into affirmation number 9 from the deck, which will help you reconnect with your creative, playful inner child. Let's tap into the energy and inspiration you need to boost your productivity and bring your ideas to life. Today's affirmation is, I embrace my creative inner child who reveals the passion within me. Think back to when you were a kid. Creativity wasn't something you had to work at, it was just there. Whether it was building with blocks, making up stories, or even turning a pile of pillows, chairs, and blankets into a castle, there was no pressure, no expectation, just joy. Somewhere along the way, we're taught to stifle that part of ourselves. We start believing that play is unproductive, that creativity has to have a purpose, and that passion needs to have a big why to be valid. But what if that's exactly the thinking that blocks our creativity in the first place? When we allow ourselves to play and explore, something amazing happens. We reconnect with what energizes us, and creativity flows effortlessly. It's like tapping into a current that was always there. We're not forcing ideas, they just come. It's the part of us that doesn't need to overthink. To live life to the fullest, we need to let this part of us shine. It's part of our inner wisdom, and it needs to be nurtured just like every other part of our being. So, how do we nurture this inner child? Well, it doesn't have to be anything grand. It could mean picking up a paintbrush or some colored pencils, trying your hand at cooking a new dish, creative writing, anything that feels fun and natural, without expecting anything productive to come out of it. It's funny, sometimes the most valuable things in life don't look productive on the surface, but they're actually what helps us reconnect with ourselves and make the most progress. They give you a much-needed pause from the daily rush. That space lets inspiration flow naturally, fueling your productivity without force or stress. You know you're connected with yourself in your creation process when you're not feeling tense or thinking too much. When you notice you don't have to try so hard, it's like taking a knot out of a garden hose. Suddenly, there's an unhindered flow, and the work is almost done automatically. There's also something deeply spiritual about embracing this playful side. We often think connecting with God has to be serious and solemn, but imagine God taking joy in seeing our joy. When we let ourselves get lost in something creative, we're actually letting God in too. We're made in the Creator's image, and part of that means being able to create in our own unique way. Playing and creating without expectations lets us feel that connection in a simple and honest way. Think back to how kids approach life. They're naturally curious, open, and fearless in sharing their thoughts and feelings. They aren't worrying about being good enough. When we tap into our own inner child, we invite the same openness and wonder back into our paradigm. That doesn't just enrich our creativity, it deepens our relationship with God. We're able to be real, sharing our joys and even our struggles without trying to be perfect. There is then a closeness that goes beyond all human relationships into the core of your being, that you are fully known and accepted as you are. And there's massive joy in watching you realize your true self. Tapping into this creative spirit also reminds us that our journey doesn't have to be a big, serious quest. It's all about connecting with what brings us joy and excitement moment to moment. It's good to incorporate your playful side in every area of your life, beyond when you're creating something new. If you have children and they want to play, fully engage with them in the moment and encourage them to nurture their own playfulness. If you're at work and you're working on something tedious, think of ways you can insert a little fun into your project. How can you make it more interesting? The reason you're working on it is because you have the skills. Hype yourself up and enjoy the fact that you have what it takes to get it done and do it well. When you're doing something for yourself, give yourself room to make mistakes and let it grow. Sometimes we start out allowing our playful side to lead and later get stuck analyzing and criticizing what we've created to the point of wanting to give up. But the key here is that the analytical side of your brain can still play an important role. It's just about knowing when to step back and let creativity lead first. When we let our inner child guide us, we give ourselves permission to explore freely without overthinking or scrutinizing every step. After that, when it's time to assess or perfect what we've created, the analytical mind can come in. But it's important not to let it shut down the flow of creativity before it even begins. I'm currently writing a book for my affirmation card deck, and I've noticed how important it is to stay connected with my creative inner child through the process. When I lean into that playful energy and rely on my inner wisdom, I write with more freedom and flow. That's the space I need to return to when things feel hard. I feel anxious and excited at the same time, but with these tools, I can stay balanced and keep my momentum. You can too. Just don't forget to allow your inner wisdom to show you what you can do to insert that playful creativity where you need to. If today's affirmation resonated with you, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who could benefit from embracing their creative inner child. Be sure to hit that notification bell so you never miss a new video. For a daily reminder and gentle shift in mindset, check out my Limitless Inner Wisdom affirmation cards. They're a powerful tool to help you replace negative thoughts with more empowering ones. The link for purchase is in the description below. I'd also love to connect with you on Instagram at Limitless Inner Wisdom and Brightnie Wylie for more inspiration and updates. Join me on TikTok at Brightnie Wylie as well. Sending a lot of love your way. Until next time, bye for now.
Bye for now.